Hey everyone, I'm Miss Simmons and today I'm going to show you how to draw a cute cartoony turkey that you can then paint in with whatever kind of watercolor paint you have available at home. This turkey is all dressed up for the holiday. He could have feathers like a Native American or a pumpkin or a pilgrim hat. You get to decide. I'm going to show you how to draw it. And then you get to fill it in with whatever colors of paint you want. Our turkey starts pretty simple with 2 lines to make his body. 1, 2. I'm using a black crayon to draw so that when I get my watercolor out, my colors don't accidentally mix together. You could also draw with a pencil or a black marker. That's up to you. Next, I'm going to make his head. I'm going to do this turkey wearing feathers like the Native Americans, so it's going to come around, and then I'll put the feathers on top after. So right now, my turkey kind of looks like a bowling pin. I'll add his headdress right here, and then some feathers sticking up from the back. Now let's give this bird a cartoony face. We want to make some nice big wide eyes and color in the pupil so that it really stands out. For the beak, we're going to start with a wiggly red wattle. Kind of looks like a worm just hanging out on his face. Then you can put a big triangle. Down here on his belly, I'm just going to give him some little curved lines for some feathers. Now we've got to make some tail feathers. I like to start at the top and work my way down on each side. So I'm going to start with a nice big feather, then another, and another, until I've made quite a few. I'm going to do 4 on that side. Then I can go over the other way and do the same thing. There we go. Now, you get to have fun with your paint. I have this big tray of watercolor, but you could use any kind. And I've got my water here. I'm going to start with the brown for my turkey. Now looking at my tray, there's lots of different browns. You can pick whichever one you want if you're painting at home. Or if you only have one brown, that's fine too. This is just an old tray of paint that I already had. When we're working from home, we just have to use whatever we have available. And I can paint right over my crayon, and you'll still be able to see it. That's the nice thing about watercolors and crayons. Crayons are made out of wax, and the wax resists or pushes away the water inside the watercolor. Now when you're painting your turkey, you want to think about your color choices. You could go traditional like I am and make your bird brown, and then use reds, oranges, and yellows, the warm colors, to make the tail feathers. Or, since this is art and so many of us are working from home, you could go really crazy with it. Maybe your turkey is green and has orange and blue feathers. Take your time and really think about what kind of choice you want to make. Maybe you want to change what's on the top of the turkey's head. Maybe your turkey's got a pumpkin on his head, or a pilgrim hat, or maybe it's not wearing anything at all and it's just a plain turkey. That's a great choice too. Take your time and really have fun with your turkey. Create something interesting that you might want to share with your friends and family. I think my turkey's going to stick with the traditional things. I'm going to use some reds in his feathers. And maybe his little wattle would be red. This little wattle helps turkeys control their temperature. Helps keep them cool when they get too hot. My brush is a little big for this tray of paint. You can see it gets pretty messy over here. And when you're done, you can choose a color for your background to really finish up the whole picture. Now I'm not going to paint this whole turkey because I have lots that are already done. I'm going to switch them back so you have one last glance at my finished pictures. You can have a lot of fun with these silly turkeys. On this one, I used lots of different browns, and then I did lots of funky colors in the background, blue and pink and purple. Over here, I kept it real simple and classic, and just did black so that my turkey would stand out. You can choose to paint it however you want. I can't wait to see what you're doing. And if you're doing this for your grade in first grade, make sure that you take a picture and